Well, this is a bit awkward. As Pokémon Masters has added a load of new events and content, we've been treated to another chapter of the Mysterious Stones event. If you need a refresher, basically Volo made it to Pasio and proposed they hold a huge tournament to prove the bonds between themselves and Pokémon in front of Arceus. While he's quickly making friends with people around the island, his true intentions remain the same. Anyway, in this little update to the ongoing story, we find Cynthia feeling that she hasn't improved as much as the other trainers on the island. So she goes out to do some training with Garchomp and Lucario in the old ruins. At which point Volo appears and tells her straight up that he thinks she hasn't brought out the true potential in her Pokemon, even sorta criticizing her as the champion of Sinnoh, saying that she should know all of this as such. And like, dang, that is brutal right off the bat. This is their first one-on-one interaction and he's already making an enemy out of her. He tries to veil this as him just caring, wanting the trainers on Pasio to become stronger. They talk a bit more, discussing interest in mythology and potentially meeting Arceus, but it quickly goes back to Volo berating her, bragging that he as a Pokemon wielder is better at commanding his Pokemon in battle, so his bond has proven to be stronger in the face of challenges. And so it comes down to a battle between Cynthia and her Garchomp against Volo and his. Cynthia is a bit thrown off by the battling style Volo is using, I guess meaning that he canonically brings over the agile style and strong style from the Legends Arceus video games. That's kinda neat, though she's able to quickly adapt her strategy and hold on until they call it a draw for the moment, deciding to save it for the big tournament later. And Cynthia lets him know that she'll never agree with how he views Pokemon, but man, the interaction is so tense the whole time. I love what they did with it, giving a little teaser of them facing each other to build up the excitement for the bigger confrontation. And it's pretty cool to give Cynthia an opportunity to grow because oddly enough, she hasn't really moved all that much from her position she was in during the events of the Sinnoh games, at least in the main series continuity. The point is that now having somebody like Volo, who is one of the first to question her and comes off a bit arrogant in the way he battles alongside his Pokemon and speaks so casually about Arceus, is a perfect way to get her moving. I've brought it up before, but I don't think Volo and Cynthia are directly related just because of the way his story ends in the video games. Like, the point of Volo in Legends Arceus is to make you think he's a stand-in for Cynthia with his appearance, but then do the cool reveal that he's the villain. Rather, I think Kogita is more of a direct ancestor to Cynthia, though I feel that Volo sees a similarity between the two of them and that's why he takes an interest in her. Really, they're meant to be thematic parallels, showing the different sides of somebody who studies mythology and legendary Pokemon, either being for the purpose of protecting it or taking advantage of it for selfish gain. I think now that this rivalry is established, they'll want to follow it up with a bigger battle between them at the actual tournament. I'm still expecting this story to culminate in a full event, and honestly I can't wait, though I do appreciate the slow burn nature to build the tension with Volo's presence here on Pasio. But could you imagine how jealous and angry he would get if he found out that Cynthia has met Arceus before because of the Heart Gold and Soul Silver event? Kinda think of it, that means Ethan and or Lyra have also met Arceus before. Maybe my theory about the sandals in Lyra's Signa suit being the same as Volo's wasn't so far-fetched after all. I'm kidding mostly, but what I really think would be cool, since we've had this interaction with her and Cynthia before, where she talks about the significance of the outfit, is if we got a brand new variant of Cynthia wearing something similar to this. Who really knows? The point is that the two blondies have met each other and things can only get crazier from here. But that's about all I want to chat about today. As I often bring up, I usually only discuss and theorize Pokemon Masters when I find something interesting, like Volo and Cynthia actually interacting. The story is non-canon to the main series games, but I always like seeing how their personalities are brought in over from those and utilized in new situations. So let me know what you think in the comments below about how things are going and what you're predicting for the inevitable final battle against Volo. Also tell me if you think I should keep talking about Pokemon Masters. I'm still really unsure of how often I made little videos about it and whether I should cover more of the events that we get. So yeah, your comments would be much appreciated. Thank every channel member, including the Great Gators, Cemetery Hill, Pio the Genius, SB Jump, Korilu Stromboli, Justin Dows, Al Rome, Pastel Blood, Cosmo Zero, Mr. Saturn, Rainfrux, Cheez-It62, Switz Cheese, Michael Snyder, Lockadox, Gallantry, Gator Kid 509, TF, Cheeseburger Lasers, Mathaclock 947, The Shadow and Josh Show, Taijirai, Justin R, Phantom, and Quago. If you'd like to support See Your Name here, get access to emotes and comments, live streams, and sometimes early videos, as well as a monthly members-only podcast that I'm catching up on, you can become a channel member today. You can also follow me on Twitter as well for more memes. Anyway, this is GatorX, and I'll catch you all later.
Arceus, a new Pokemon so mighty, legend says it shaped the Pokemon universe. Pokemon trading card game Platinum Arceus. In stores now. Each booster pack of 10 cards sold separately, cards vary by pack.